Hello and welcome to my fourth video on Stay on Target and my second Doctor Who Target book collection update. Before we start, I'd just like to thank you. My first two videos have both hit 100 views now. My third video hasn't been as well received, but it's not really about my Target books, it's more an experiment into my editing skills. I'm quite excited about the book I've got here. There's only one, but it's quite a rare one and I got it for cheap, so without further ado, let's get it open. Wow, it's Doctor Who number 132, The Edge of Destruction by Nigel Robinson. I can't tell you how excited I am to get this book. So let's take a look at, first of all, the cover by Alistair Pearson, who did a great number of them from the late 80s to the 90s when the range ended. It was Nigel Robinson's last book of the four he did. He did pretty neglected and unliked first and second Doctor stories, but always injected a lot of enthusiasm and things into it. It made stories that not many people liked, but it made them a lot better and more enjoyable. Also worthy of note, it's the third time that photo of William Hartnell has been used as a reference for Target art. As you can see, it was also used in these two Target books, The Gunfighters and The Romans. Now, all three of these were by different artists, Andrew Scaletta, Tony Mazzaro, and Alistair Pearson. So I guess they can be forgiven because they probably didn't keep up with all the Target covers. But it's also still interesting to note. It's my fourth of the books with just the McCoy logo at the top, not counting the blue spines, and it is by far the best condition one. I mean, look at this, it's pretty much mint condition. I can't see anything wrong with it. The spine shows a bit of the cover, but from what I've seen of pictures of mint ones, that's on all of them. They clearly thought it would be thinner than it was, probably because The Edge of Destruction was only 2 episodes long, but Nigel Robinson still managed to take it out to 120 pages. The other two details on the cover are the original TARDIS console and the Randall's Wars. Now, he has used the original console as a reference, as you can tell by the circular dials and the levers and stuff. But what he's done is made the walls and the console painted white, which they weren't actually painted white until halfway through season 2. They were like lime green. But there were no colour photos surviving from the time. And Twice Upon a Time and stuff seems to have made it canon that it was always white. So that's interesting too. And finally, the thing I'm most pleased about is I have now completed season 1. Yeah, there you have season 1 in Target paperbacks, which I'm very pleased with. They're not all first edition or mint condition by any means, but I do have every single one of them, all 9, which is, I think, the most stories in a season of Doctor Who ever, apart from season 3, which had 10, if you count Mission to the Unknown, which some people don't. One final thing I'd like to draw attention to also is that The Reign of Terror, Marco Polo, and The Edge of Destruction, all from season 1, have the same colour scheme of spines. I assume that the red of The Reign of Terror was originally more bright, like on the other two, but it's just been faded because that copy is not in the best condition. Although The Reign of Terror does have the red Target logo and the red Ian Marter, so they're not completely the same. If we turn them over, I think, they all do have the same kind of blurb style. and colours, although the Reign of Terrors is a bit more orangey. And that's also a good segue to show you the back of The Edge of Destruction. It's quite a long blurb. I can read it, but I guess you can if you just pause the video. But yeah, very good, very pleased with it. Very interested to see what Nigel Robinson has done with The Edge of Destruction. And finally, before we wrap up this video, I was in this shop called Forbidden Planet I found the other day. It's very cool, it's got a lot of sci-fi stuff. And I found they had a lot of Doctor Who comics for £1 each because they had a sale on. So I got the 4th Doctor comic collection, the 8th Doctor comic collection, one of the 11th Doctor comic collections, and a hardback 12th Doctor comic collection. I read the 4th and 8th Doctor ones, and they're very cool, so I just wanted to quickly show them. I don't really know much about comics, but I've enjoyed reading the ones I have. As always, here was my Doctor Who Target book collection before this update. And here is my Doctor Who Target collection after. I won't bore you by reading out all the titles, because I now have 30 out of the 50 first and second Doctor ones I intend to eventually get. And yeah, that'll be it for today. My birthday and Christmas are approaching, so expect another collection update. Maybe not Target books, but probably Doctor Who in the next 2-3 months. And I'll see you again. Goodbye.